morning, viewers. Today I am going to discuss with you on a very important and a very interesting area, that is reimagining vocational education. You are all aware, Government of India very recently has released the National Education Policy 2020. In this presentation, I'll be talking to you little background about this policy. We will also discuss the importance of this National Education Policy. More focus will be talking on what are the key recommendations, particularly related to vocational education. We will also share how we can implement the key recommendations of this National Education Policy 2020. And I will also share with you what are the new initiatives our institute, PSS, Central Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal has taken, and finally some concluding words and all that. Let me start with this National Education Policy. As per the policy, it has been stated that the 12th five-year plan, it is estimated that only 5% of the Indian workforce in the age group of 19 to 24 has received the formal vocational education. If you compare the developed countries in the other part of the world, you will be surprised to know that a country like Denmark has 50% of the population has received the formal vocational education. USA has 52%, Germany has 75%. On the other hand, a country like South Korea has 96% of its population received the formal vocational education training. Looking at all these numbers, I think that tells us that there is an urgency that we need to advocate and promote vocational education in our country. It is not that first time we are talking about vocational education. Every national education policy has always advocated for vocational education. Somehow, our earlier focus was only on class 11 and 12, and more particularly on the school dropouts from class 8 onwards. Another important reason for not able to promote the vocational education was that we do not have any pathways for the students who have opted vocational education. So they cannot go into the general higher education for further studies. And secondly, which is more important, is that vocational education was always perceived to be an inferior education compared to the mainstream education. And keeping all these aspects into mind, the new National Education Policy aims to overcome the social status and hierarchy associated by reimagining the vocational education in our country. In order to promote the vocational education in the country, National Education Policy has kept a very ambitious target, saying that by 2025, at least 50% of our learners through school as well as higher education system will have exposure to vocational education. And second important is gross enrollment target. So far, the gross enrollment target included only the students who are in the general education. But through this new education policy, the number of students who are enrolled into the vocational education will also be considered while arriving at the gross enrollment target. The most important recommendation of this new education policy is integration of vocational education with academic education. Vocational education now will be integrated into all the secondary schools and higher education institutions in a phased manner over the next 10 years. In order to integrate the vocational education with academic education, it will begin at a very early age. It will begin with giving the vocational exposure to the students as class 6 to class 8. Further, quality vocational education in the middle and secondary school, that is for class 9 to 12, will be offered. Further, smoothly the student can continue the vocational education into the higher education after completing class 12. In order to integrate vocational education with academic education, there are many other recommendations which policy highlights. The most important suggestion is that establishment of skill laboratories. So skill laboratories will be set up in the hub and spoke model. The second important suggestion is collaboration. So far, vocational education has always been offered by the institutions or by the schools independently, without having much collaboration with the local institutions or local partners. But this policy strongly advocates for having more collaboration with institutions like ITIs, Polytechnic, local business industries, hospitals, farms, NGOs and many such institutions. The purpose of this collaboration is that creating avenues, creating opportunities for the students to go for industrial visit, for industrial training, practical exposure, hands-on training and also interaction with the field experts. So this collaboration will play a very important role in promoting the advocacy of vocational education. And the third important suggestion is the focus areas. So far, vocational education courses have always been offered from the supply side. But now onwards, all the vocational education courses will be demand driven. They will be based on the skill gap analysis. What is really required by the local industry? What is the local opportunities? What are the local requirements in terms of the skilled manpower? Keeping these all in mind, the institutions will be offering the need-based or demand-driven vocational courses for our students. In order to properly integrate vocational education with academic education, a national committee will be constituted by the Ministry of Education, and this will be known as National Committee for Integration of Vocational Education. This committee will have field expert, academician, and it will also have good representation from the industry bodies. This will oversee the entire effort, and this committee will also allocate the budget for promoting this integration of vocational education with the academic education. Let us begin with the first stage, that is pre-vocational exposure for the students belonging to class 6 to 8. Under this pre-vocational exposure to the young students, fun-based activity throughout the year will be conducted for classes 6 to 8. During the entire year, students will be given hands-on experience like important vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making and many such fun learning activity will be organized by the teachers. In addition to all this learning activity, students are also going to have informal internship. So class 6 to 8 student will have 10 days of bagless informal internship. The purpose of this informal internship is sending the student with the local skill person, technician, artist or craftsperson, so that the exposure will help the student to understand what people really do for the occupation. What are the skill set which are required for performing these occupations? This pre-vocational exposure is going to play a very vital role in our effort on vocational education. This is going to change the mindset of the parents. It is also going to help the student to understand the world of work. What people really do for earning their livelihood, what are the different occupations in the world of work, and what kind of skills are required to perform these different occupations. And in turn, this will also help to change the mindset of the parents towards vocational education in our country. Vocational education will also be offered from secondary and higher secondary level. So all the students for class 9 to 12, along with their regular subject, along with their academic courses, they will also offer vocational education programs. Students will also be allowed to do mix and match. So along with academic programs, academic education, skill education, sports, art, music, craft, soft skill training. So many such avenues will be created for the students. And the vocational education will be further expanded, further implemented across many such schools, secondary and senior secondary school, to promote the advocacy of vocational education and also to reach the target of 50% of the students with vocational education exposure. I have talked to you all this regarding the students who are in the formal education. But in India, there are many students who complete their studies through open schooling. You all know in India, there is a National Institute of Open Schooling. You will be pleased to know that at present, 5% of the student, that is almost 27 lakh students, are currently pursuing vocational courses. The policy strongly advocate having open and distance learning program on vocational education. So in the future, NIOS, that is National Institute of Open Schooling, is going to offer the open and distance learning program in the vocational education. After completing the 12th, the student will be entering into higher education institutions. With this new education policy, vocational education will also be offered by higher education institutions. So higher education institution on their own or in partnership with the local industry can offer the vocational education programs. Vocational education courses will be offered to all the students who are undergoing different bachelor degree programs, including the 4-year holistic bachelor program. BVOC degree program, which was introduced in 2013, will continue to coexist along with these other vocational education programs. Higher education institutions will be allowed to conduct short-term certificate courses, various skills including soft skill training. Another very important recommendations of this new policy is Lok Vidya. India has a very rich cultural heritage, and there is many traditional knowledge which has been developed in India, and this Lok Vidya will be made accessible to the student through integration into vocational education courses. In order to do all these things, proper mapping of vocational job roles under National Skill Qualification Framework will be done, starting with school education to higher education, so proper mapping will be done. In addition, higher education institutions will be encouraged to offer degree as well as skill-based courses through various vocational programs. And the most important thing is, weightage to the students will be given for all those students who have completed level 3 and level 4 NSQF programs in the school education, so that when they enter into the further education or higher education, proper weightage will be there and they will take the benefit, and in turn this will also help the vertical mobility of the student to pursue their higher studies. Another very important recommendations of this education policy is incubation centers. Higher education institutions will be encouraged to set up incubation centers with the partnership with the local industries. As you are already knowing that premier institutions like IITs, NITs have already set up the incubation centers. In the near future, incubation centers are going to play a very important role. The student will be provided career guidance and counseling, how to start their own ventures, how to launch their own enterprises, how to identify business opportunities, how to prepare project proposal, how to approach the financial institutions for financial support, how to launch their venture, and if in case they find some difficulty, proper guidance and mentoring will also be available to the student. So in a sense, it will be hand-holding to the student who would like to take up self-employment or entrepreneurship as their own future career. In order to do so, proper alignment of National Skill Qualification Framework will be done, and for that one, each discipline, each vocation and each profession will be detailed out further. Secondly, Indian standards will be aligned with international standards. As you all know, the international standards are maintained by the international labor organizations. The purpose of doing alignment of our standard with international standards, this will help the Indian graduates who would like to have the regional mobility or international mobility. So our students are not going to face any difficulty with our skill qualification. And secondly, this framework is going to provide a basis for recognition of the prior learnings. Another very important recommendations of this new education policy is monitoring mechanism. All the national policies have advocated for vocational education. Another interesting aspect of this national education policy is creation of proper monitoring mechanism. a portal will be created for monitoring and tracking of vocational education. This portal will fetch all the data of the student who are moving to ITI, to Polytechnic, to skill development program organized by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship will be all made available on this portal. In addition, the National Institute of Open Schooling will also provide the data of the students who are undergoing vocational education courses. So in a sense, this policy is going to bring a big change the way we are going to look at the vocational education, how we are going to reimagine the holistic way vocational education. And with this proper monitoring mechanism, it will also help us what are the areas that we really need to improve upon it, what are the areas we need to prioritize, what are the areas we need to focus and all that one. So I hope this little discussion on this new national education policy is going to help all of us in understanding and also prioritizing our actions, prioritizing our efforts towards vocational education in our country. So viewers, as you have seen, the various key recommendations of this national education policy, particularly related to reimagining vocational education, is going to play a very important role. I am very sure these recommendations are going to play a very important role in promoting the advocacy of vocational education in our country. With proper monitoring mechanism, with proper focus and proper strategies, I am very sure in the coming years we will have more vocational education promotion in our country, and this is going to benefit at large to our country in preparing the workforce for the 21st century. I appeal to all of you, let us join hands together in strengthening the vocational education in our country. Thank you for watching. In the previous segment, I have discussed with you the National Policy of Education 2020. We have also discussed what are the key recommendations pertaining to vocational education. Now it's time to see how we are going to implement this National Policy of Education 2020. In order to implement this, there are many important goals and important actions that we all have to take. In order to do so, Ministry of Education has already developed one comprehensive document which is known as QUEST, Quality Education for Students and Teachers. This will give us the entire outline of the action plan that how we are going to implement this new national education policy. Let us start with the first goal, that is by 2025, 50% of the learners through school and higher education system will have exposure to vocational education. In order to realize this goal, all the children who are studying in the class 6 and onwards will be exposed to vocational education. So pre-vocational education and vocational education into higher and secondary education will be introduced by integrating vocational education courses with the general education subject. Second important goal is the awareness and importance of vocational education in the public. In order to do so, use of social media, use of ICT technology will be done. Awareness programs will be organized to change the general perception and attitude towards vocational education. The main focus will be on good practices. What are the innovations done by the teachers and students through vocational education? Students now will be allowed to do the mix and match between academics along with skill education, along with sports, arts and soft skills. In order to promote this, collaboration of the schools with the ITIs, Polytechnic, local businesses, industries, hospitals, agriculture farms, local artisans, NGOs will be done to impart skill training and creating avenues for industrial visit, industrial exposure to the students. Another important action which is important for promoting the advocacy of vocational education is introducing career counseling and guidance for the student who are in class 9 to 12. This will help the student to take the career choice based on their interests, based on their aspirations and also based on their abilities. In order to do this, in the class 8, vocational interest inventory will be introduced and skill-based aptitude test will be introduced for class 10 students. This will help the students as well as parents in making the informed career choice. This will help the student to understand what is his interest, what is his abilities, what is his aspirations, and accordingly what kind of vocational he or she should pursue in the later years of the career. That will be guided by this scientific test design, which will be online, made available to the students. Another important goal is promoting innovations and entrepreneurship in the school through problem-based learning and enterprise education. In addition, the vocational courses in the new and emerging skill demand areas such as artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, big data, coding, all will be introduced along with enterprises education from class 6 onwards. In order to implement the entire recommendations of National Education Policy, teacher will have to play a very important role. And the preparation of vocational teachers and trainers is very, very important. And in order to do this, the National Council of Teacher Education, in consultation with Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, All India Council for Technical Education, and University Grant Commission will design the programs exclusively for vocational teachers. In addition to that, pre-service training, short-term training courses will be introduced for preparing vocational teachers and trainers through online as well as offline. And all these courses will be offered through SCRTs by DIET institutions. External trainers who are experts in different vocations, they will be also invited as a local expert, local teacher in the various teacher training program for the vocational training. Another important action that we have to do is vocational teachers training program by promoting use of ICT in vocational education training. In order to do this, new learning methods and digital tools like massive open online courses, that is called as MOOC, and flip learning and virtual learning methods will be predominantly used for training the teachers. So friends, we have seen what are the different priorities and different actions that we all have to take for implementing the recommendations of the vocational education. We also need to keep in mind that every state is very unique, every union territory is unique. What are the priorities for the state will differ from one state to another. But we have a set of recommendations, keeping in view what are the local requirements, what are the priorities of the state. The proper action plan really needs to be developed so that we can realize the expectations, and we can also holistically implement the recommendations related to vocational education in our country. So my request to all of you will be that we really need to come up with a comprehensive action plan involving all the important stakeholders of vocational education. This will help us in implementing in the right spirit of the advocacy which has been suggested by the National Education Policy 2020. Thank you. In the last segment, I have discussed with you the National Education Policy 2020. We have also discussed what are the key recommendations related to vocational education. In the second segment, I discussed with you what are the priorities for implementation of National Education Policy recommendation, what are the important goals, and what are the strategic actions that we need to take up. In this segment, I am going to discuss with you what are the efforts our institution has taken, particularly NCERT and PSSCIV Bhopal has taken for strengthening vocational education into the school system. To begin, let me start with the most important scheme, that is vocationalization of school education, which has been introduced by Ministry of Education, known as Samagra Shiksha. To begin, let me start with Samagra Shiksha, an integrated scheme for school education. Under this scheme, vocational courses have been introduced along with the general education into the school education. The main purpose of this Samagra Shiksha is basically to prepare the students for the world of work by exposing them to different vocations and by offering the vocational courses. The second important purpose of this scheme is introducing employability skill among the student so that they are job ready for the world of work. And third, which is also equally important, is this scheme is going to help reducing the dropout rate in the school level. In order to promote this vocational education, we have introduced two major components under vocational education. One component is known as employability skill and another is known as vocational skill component. Currently, 37% of the time is allocated for employability skill development and remaining 63% of the time is allocated for vocational skill development. Currently, for class 9 and 10, 200 hours are allocated for vocational education, and for class 11 and 12, 300 hours are allocated for vocational education. Under employability skill, there are 5 major components. The first one is communication skill, ICT skills, self-management skill, entrepreneurial skill, and we have also introduced green skills to promote the advocacy for sustainable development. And the second major component is vocational specific, that is sector specific or job specific skills among the students. Currently, our institution is working on 17 job sectors, and there are 152 job roles on which our institution has been working. All these sectors, as you can see here, are the primary sectors of Indian economy, and these sectors has been kept in mind where there is a potential growth within these sectors as well as has a huge potential for employment. I am very happy to tell you that our entire curriculums for these different job roles and different sectors are as per the National Occupation Standards and as per the requirement of the labor market. The occupations and the completion of this job role are helping student getting employment. And in order to ensure this, we are ensuring strong involvement of sector skill councils and having active linkages with the industry partners. We have also established standard assessment and certification system. You will be very pleased to know, in India, there are 27 states and union territories currently offering different vocational education programs. There are more than 10,000 schools currently offering vocational courses, and more than 12 lakh students are taking the benefit of vocational courses which are designed by our institution. In order to develop this vocational education, all our curriculum are learning outcome based vocational education curriculum. Along with that, we have developed textbook for employability skill, and it has been structured from class 9 to class 12, and along with the occupation or job specific textbook has been developed. All our textbook are available on our website, and it can be freely downloadable for the teachers, for the students across the country. In order to make this content available to our students across the country, including our teachers, NCERT has developed one mobile app known as ePathshala, and through this mobile app, the students and teacher can have access to all our curriculum, all our vocational textbook, along with all the digital content this institution has developed from time to time. As I told you, our institution is working on 17 sectors and 152 job roles on which we are developing the books. Currently, 47 textbooks have already been developed and printed by NCERT, and we are also working on another 50 textbooks and which will be made available in the coming months. In addition to that, I am also pleased to inform you that we have developed a guideline document for introducing pre-vocational education for classes 6 to 8. In addition to this, our institution is actively engaged in development of digital resources. We have developed around 50 video films exclusively for pre-vocational education for classes 6 to 8. In addition to that, over 100 video films are also being produced for the vocational education program for classes 9 to 12 for these 17 sectors. In addition to that, we have also developed PowerPoint presentations, podcasts, many animations related to vocational education and skill development component of these courses. As we prepare for our future, we have many strategic priorities we need to keep in mind for strengthening vocational education and training in our country. As we move forward, we need to strategize what are the priorities for vocational education and training in the context of National Education Policy 2020. There are many schools where we need to expand our vocational education. So our institution will be working towards strengthening as well as expanding vocational education in the remaining schools in the remaining states. In addition to that, We also would like to strengthen our effort on introducing pre-vocational education for class 6 to 8 in the different schools. In addition to that, our institution is working on establishing 10 model schools known as Innovative Vocational Education and Training Schools. So we will be investing effort and energy to create this model vocational schools for our country. In addition to that, we'll be also developing digital resources for the remaining vocational courses, video program, PowerPoint presentation and all that. In addition to our effort, we are also going to expand vocational education by introducing 25 new job roles, and we'll be developing the textbook for the remaining job roles for which the work is already started. And finally, I'm also pleased to inform you that our institution has recently launched a diploma program in vocational education and training. It is a one-year program in distance mode. The purpose of this program is to create the resource people, the resource pool for the state for effective implementation of vocational education system in the schools. Thank you for watching this video. It reminds me a beautiful quote of Mother Teresa. She said, "We ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean would be less because of that missing drop." I request and appeal to all of you, let us join hands together, how we can work together in strengthening our efforts for vocational education for our country. Thank you once again for watching this video.